Everyone struggles with heads at first, but most people make the same mistake. They try to draw everything at once without structure. Today I'll show you my method. A circle, a triangle. That's all you need to draw a convincing head, whatever the angle. And best of all, by changing the triangle's position and shape, you can draw a child, a teenager, an adult, male or female. Same method, completely different results. The method used two simple shapes, a circle that represents the skull, the upper part of the head, and a triangle that represents the jaw and chin, the lower part of the face. What changes between characters is the relationship between these two shapes. Is the triangle close to the circle or far away? Is it wide or narrow, pointed or rounded? This relationship will determine the type of face, and it is also what will enable you to draw characters of different ages and genders with exactly the same basic structure. Before you start drawing, understand one important thing. The head changes with age, and you can see it directly in the shape of the jaw. For males, take a child. The skull is round, the face is small, the triangle is close to a circle, the chin is round with no defined jaw. The face looks short and round. For adolescents, this is where things get interesting. The adolescent's jaw is only just beginning to assert itself, but it is still very soft, very close to a woman's. The triangle drops slightly, but always remains thin and soft. And if you've ever watched an anime and thought she's cute, only to find out 2 episodes later that he's a boy, now you know why. That's exactly the logic. The jaw stays soft, the torso stays slim, and your brain does the rest. For adults, the triangle drops lower, the jaw becomes more pronounced, wider, and more angular, and the chin is square and well defined. The face looks longer and more imposing. Now we move on to women. We use the same logic as with men. The triangle is small, close to a circle, and the chin is soft and rounded. At this age, the difference between boys and girls is virtually invisible in the structure of the head. Only details, for example the eyes and hair, show the difference. But the rest of the head structure is the same. Now, teenage girls. The triangle begins to stretch slightly downward, but stays slim and soft. The chin is rounded. It doesn't get angular like it does with boys. She stays soft. For adult women, the triangle sits slightly higher than for men. It's thinner and more tapered. The chin is soft and rounded. This raised triangle gives the face a shorter, more delicate look. It creates the rounded effect typical of the female face. Now let's look at an important point: style. Everything we've just seen is a foundation, but in practice, it all depends on the style you want to develop. The differentiated style. Some artists clearly mark the difference between ages and genders. You can tell immediately whether it's a child, an adult, a man, or a woman just by looking at the shape of the jaw. A unified style. Other artists use virtually the same head shape for all their characters. The jawline stays soft on everyone: men, women, children, and adults. What distinguishes the characters is something else: the haircut, eye style, expressions, and accessories. This is also what we see a lot in manga. Male characters with very soft, almost feminine faces, where only the hair and eyes reveal their gender. And it's a completely valid artistic choice. There's no right or wrong approach. Your style, your signature, is what matters. The key is understanding the logic so you can make that choice consciously. Now we'll build the head step by step. We'll make an adult male face and an adult female face, the two most common cases. Adult male face. Step 1, the circle. I start with a circle. That's the skull. Then I draw a vertical line from the top to the bottom of the triangle. That's the face axis. Then below the circle, I add a wide triangle tapering down. The jaw is angular with a square chin. Then we clean up, I erase the guides and refine the outlines. Now let's move on to the adult female face. The process is exactly the same. What changes is that the triangle comes up slightly. The chin is soft and rounded, not angular. Also, the neck is thinner than a man's. Everything else stays exactly the same. Same guideline, same markers, same feature placement. Now we apply the method to 3 viewing angles. We start with the front view. The circle is centered and the triangle points down in the center. The vertical line is straight. It's the simplest angle. Then we add the details and that's all. Now we move to the profile view. The circle is seen from the side and the triangle turns. We only see one side of the jaw. What matters here is the outline: forehead, nose, lips, chin, jaw. The ear goes between the eye line and the nose line. Finally, we move to the three-quarter view. The circle tilts slightly and the triangle follows. The vertical line shifts to the farther side. The features are spaced asymmetrically. There's more room on the side facing us. It's this asymmetry that gives it depth. That's the method: a circle, a triangle, and all these lines. What's powerful about this approach is its flexibility. Change the triangle's position and you change the age. Change the shape and you change the gender. Keep the same base for everyone and develop your own style. Practice with a variety of references and try out different ages and different angles. If you want to share your results or ask any questions, the comments section is there for that. Find the complete tutorial in the XP Pen community and share your creations with us.